Hey guys, just want to go over a little bit more of the electrical, and this is pretty much a completed electrical layout, and you can see that I've got my receptacles, my just general everyday receptacles, duplex receptacles, all around the room, and you see how I place them as well. Living rooms, typically 1 to 2 per wall, and kitchens, you need to have one every at least every 48 inches. So I start out here at the beginning and less than 48 inches away. I put another one here, one back here for the refrigerator, one over here by the sink, and then of course the one for the range. Typically in any bedroom, if you put a receptacle, which I have not put receptacles on these yet, but put one per wall if you have room. In this case, with the closet door, I would not have room to put one, so I would probably skip that. Maybe put one over here behind the door. But yeah, typically bedrooms, one every wall. Master bedrooms, where located where you would suspect someone would put their bed. On both sides of the bed. And then, of course, switches. And, I've got my 3-way switches for controlling light fixtures from more than one location. And I have single pole switches for controlling lights just from a single location. Notice my wiring. And that's what we're using the wiring for here. We're not really getting all into the electrical, really deep into the electrical. We're mainly just indicating what switches will control which light fixtures. And when we draw our wires, of course, here I used a dash, long dash. You can see 2 dashes and then a long dash, 2 dashes and a long dash line to run to my light fixture. Also notice that there's curvature, irregular curvature to my lines, and you want that so that your wires are not mistaken for any sort of object outline, such as a wall or an appliance or something like that. So they should have irregular curvature to all of them. Now here you can see on my 3-way light fixture, or my 3-way switch, I should say, going to a light fixture, it's going to be controlled from more than one location. So I ran the wire to the light fixture, and it's actually a light fixture / ceiling fan. And then from there, I run it again to this switch over here by the front door. Okay, that's so that I can control those from 2 different locations. This other switch is a single switch, a single dimmer switch, and it's going to some can lights. Now, look how I did that and kind of observe. I just basically run the line through every can. Okay, just like so. And then I stop at the last can, and that's as far as you go. You can see here where I had to cross a wire. So I used this common electrical symbol for this wire to say that, okay, this wire goes over that wire and then continues on. Make sure that your lines only cross the fixtures that they control. Don't, double cross other fixtures and things like that. They have to be clear of other fixtures. It has to be clear that that light switch only controls such and such light fixtures. Don't overlap lines if you can help it. If you do overlap lines, then you have to do something like this. Put a little arc over that to indicate that we're going over a line. And now let me show you how we draw that line. And I'm on the electrical layer, as you can see right here on my screen. And I'm going to go to the draw panel, and I'm going to select this wire right here. It's a spline wire. And this is the spline wire that is adjustable. If you use this other spline over here, it's not quite as adjustable. This one is adjustable, very flexible. So I'm going to use that spline wire, or that spline line. And I'm going to change the type of line that I'm using. I'm using a phantom line. So I'm going to click on that. And then, of course, all I have to do is just start drawing and curving. And you see, everywhere I click creates like another turning point for the wire. Oops. I hit the escape button. I was not supposed to do that. Let me try that one more time. Okay, so I'm clicking, click again. Oops, now that's just a straight everyday line. Okay, so I'm clicking everywhere you see where it's angled and then it turns suddenly. That's one of my click points. Okay, if you've ever worked with anything Adobe or anything like that, then you should be familiar with these types of lines. Okay, so there is my wire. These wires are adjustable, and you'll see that you need to, especially when you're doing stuff like this right here, because you got to get the wire to go through all of the fixtures. So you just click on it, and then you can move your points, your Bezier points around. I think they call them Bezier. I might be mistaken. Okay. So that's really how you run wire. You got to make sure that when you're running the wire, running the line, or any type of spline that you're running, clicking again wherever you want it to turn. And then when you get to the end, don't hit the escape button like I did earlier. Hit the enter button, and then your wire is done. Okay. All right. So that does it for electrical wire.